Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bucks County Cabaret, the premier nightclub of Bucks County. Simply the best room in Bucks for music and entertainment, featuring the area's finest performers, great food in a supper club atmosphere, and the most eclectic variety of cabaret shows in Cabaret Town, New Hope, Pennsylvania. I'm your host, Tom Orr. Join me now with Rob Bell for this week's show. Hi, Rob. How you doing?
How's it going, Tom?
It's going great. This is our first show. Very exciting.
It's fantastic having you on PANJ Radio. This is going to be fabulous. I love this show already.
Well, I'd like to start off with explaining to our audience exactly what the Bucks County Cabaret is. And I guess I have to start at the beginning because New Hope is famous for its cabaret scene, and it all started back in the 1990s. There was a place called Odette's right down on the river. It was around for a while, and all of a sudden it caught fire. People from New York, all around the country wanted to be there. Big stars started showing up.
I used to go to Odette's back in the 90s.
Exactly.
They had a piano bar there, and it was a beautiful scene down on the canal with the Delaware.
That's the scene I'm talking about.
And isn't that where Jessica Savage drowned?
Yes, actually it is. And it was famous for its cabaret scene. Bob Egan was the guy in charge there, and Bob Egan is still the man for piano bar cabaret in the Bucks County area.
He is an amazing talent.
He certainly is. And I'd love singing with him. I started singing at Odette's right before it flooded, and that's what happened. The river rose, and the building went down. And this was about 2005, and then there was a second flood, 2006. Finally, they had to close up. And what happened was, Bob Egan needed something to replace Odette's, and he went over to the Rodeway Inn, which is right up the road on 202 outside of town.
Yep, absolutely. And I go to the pool there all the
time. Actually, it wasn't the Rodeway Inn then. It was the Best Western. And at the Best Western, he designed the ultimate cabaret space for Bucks County. He designed the lighting, the sound, the shape of the room. He designed it to be like Studio 54 or Birdland in New York. He wanted it to not just replace Odette's, but for it to be the ultimate entertainment destination in Bucks County where you can really see people up close with great sound system and lighting.
It's a beautiful room. I've been there many times. And it's actually a lot bigger than Odette's used to be.
Yes, it is. It's so many advantages. And what happened was, over the years, the hotel changed a couple times. It went from the Best Western, then it was Nevermore, then the Ramada, finally the Rodeway. And during all these changes, Bob changed the name of the club a couple times, too. It was Bob Egan's Cosmopolitan Club. Then it was Bob Egan's Cabaret and Supper Club. And then it was Bob Egan's New Hope. Finally, through all these changes in ownership, Bob left the scene at the hotel, and it was taken over by the Raz Room, which is a national chain of cabaret acts. And they were there for about 2 years and moved on also. They went over to the Raven. So the room has a long history dating back to 2007, but it never quite caught on in any of its incarnations. And it sits there, a beautiful gem for people to perform, just waiting for people to find out about it. And that's what this show and our whole advertising push is about.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful place with amazing talent.
Now, what happened to me was I went into there last Christmas, and they had been dark for a while. There was the room sitting there dark. I actually went to the Raven first. Bob Egan was playing, and the place was packed. You couldn't get in. So I said to my friend, well, let's go up to the Rodeway and have a drink so at least we can talk there. We can't even get into this room. We went into the Rodeway, and there was not a single person in the whole bar. The cabaret was dark, and I was like, this isn't right.
Was there a bartender?
There was a bartender. And we actually asked the bartender, well, what's going on here? I mean, I'm a performer. I've performed in this room before. I'd like to book a show here again. Well, he said, there's nobody running it right now. Actually, the owners they're looking for somebody to run the room. And at that moment, just like in a little cartoon,
light bulb?
A light bulb right above my head, like doing.
I can see it from here.
Yeah, there it is. And I said, well, I have 40 years of experience in showbiz. I've all kind of contacts all over Bucks County, Philadelphia, New Jersey area. Maybe I should come in and talk to the owners. Well, I went in and they hired me on the spot. And since then, we've been trying to make this place into the place that it really should be. Now, to top it all off, we now have new owners. The hotel is now under new ownership. They're fixing the place up. They're fixing up the bar. There's a gorgeous pool where they just did new landscaping outside. They're fixing up the room. We're really trying to make a point.
And the food is fantastic over there, too.
The food is tremendous.
Really good.
We're trying to make this place the destination for entertainment in our area. And New Hope is certainly the center of attraction in Bucks County. It's the center of Bucks County.
Absolutely. It's another jewel in the crown.
So our mission is to go out there and give you all kinds of entertainment, not just cabaret singers, not just Broadway and standards. We have folk acts, we have comedy, we have jazz, almost anything you can mention. We're trying to bring in there to see what people like, and we're trying to bring in the best acts.
So this show is going to be actually promoting stuff a week ahead, isn't it, in general, Tom?
Yes. We'll be on the air every night at 9 o'clock.
Which is fantastic. Yep. People can tune in at 9. They can find out what's happening that coming weekend.
And that's a great time for us, Rob. Thank you. Next week, Friday, August 5th, exciting night. We're already getting a lot of reservations for Songs from the Movies. Sensational singers sing celluloid songs. And this is our regular Friday night review. This one features Matthew Allen, Bruce Clow, Susan Fowler, Kevin Gray, Christine Hunt-Hjorth, Mickey Sharp, Gabrielle Visser, and Jerry Wichinski, all very popular singers in the area. And let's give a listen to Matthew Allen. He's kind of our discovery. We discovered him at our opening night gala. Here he is singing If Ever I Would Leave You.
If ever I would leave you, how could it be in summer? Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame.
So don't forget August 5th, next Friday. Every month we have our Friday review. This is a great one. Then on Saturday, Phyllis Chapell, and I can't say enough great things about Phyllis Chapell.
She is amazing.
Her singing, her instrumentality, just amazing. She was named one of the top 521 jazz vocalists of all time by Scott Yanow, and he's a famous reviewer from Downbeat Jazz Times in his latest book, The Jazz Singers. Recently, she's been working with Emmy Award-winning composer-producer Rodney Wittenberg on videos, and on her October 2015 release, a CD called Naked World. We have Phyllis with us right now. Can you tell our audience what you are all about?
I am a vocalist, guitarist. I've been playing for a very long time. I started out as a folk singer, and that was as a teenager. And then in my 20s, I fell in love with Brazilian music. And I took the circuitous route through Brazilian music to jazz. So I started getting into jazz. And from the jazz, I've always done like American popular music, but I always had this penchant for foreign languages. So because I speak Spanish, and then I started learning Brazilian music, and then I picked up French. So I do a whole French program. So I do a Spanish program, French program, Brazilian. And with the weddings that I do and the parties, and got into Ken Ulansey's band. He's a very, very popular local band leader. I do a lot of Jewish music with him, so that's a few languages in there. And then the smattering, so it adds up to about 13 different languages that I sing in. So along with the originals, so I do a singer-songwriter. So I call myself a singer-songwriter with a little twist.
Here's a cut from her new CD, Naked World.
kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but you. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. I only have eyes for you, dear. Oh, the moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky. I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in a garden or on a crowded avenue. So am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappear from view. And I only have eyes for you. lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you, baby. You're much too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You're much too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Only have eyes for you. Only have eyes for you. Baby, 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 for you.
We're back with Phyllis Chapell, who is appearing at the Bucks County Cabaret August 6th. Tell us about your band, Phyllis.
I do have a band called Ciora, and we do that mix of music from around the world. Our arrangements are pretty much jazz arrangements, but it is a mix of the things that I love to do. And I also sing with a gypsy jazz ensemble called the Hot Club of Philadelphia, and I sing with the Ken Ulansey Ensemble, but I sing with a lot of different groups of people. But so I do have a very wide range of performance opportunities, so I feel very blessed about that.
Here are some highlights of Phyllis with Ciora at the World Cafe Live in West Philadelphia.
Top of bone hides what's inside us. Our hearts combine us. Love is the glue. Well, nothing applies except the warm touch of your hand. There go the things I've learned, my verb ability. Disguise, no, how you make a note out of me, and how I wanna be right where your fingers land. Oh, Shenandoah, it's for I wonder.
Arrisca no palpite, chegou o nosso amor que existe, hoje fraco, alegre e o triste. Mama, 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 mama.
So, Phyllis, what kind of a show can we expect at the Bucks County Cabaret?
So when I do my shows, especially the solo performances, I do a mix of Great American Songbook, a little bit of even more jazzy stuff, and American popular music, like songs from not just the Great American Songbook, but songs from the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, and anything that I find that I love. It's all about the song. I find the songs that I love that capture me in some way, and I perform them, I learn them, whatever language they are in. It's up to 13 different languages that I can perform in.
Here's another cut from Phyllis's album, Naked World.
La levan de tu piel me ha dicho, yo soy la reina de tus caprichos, yo soy alas de los corazones que se pasen en tus tentaciones. El talimán de tu piel me cuenta que tu montura caiga en la rienda. Cuando una noche de amor desesperados caigamos juntos y enredados, la alfombra y el alrededor acabarán desordenados. Cuando una noche de amor, que yo no dudo, la eternidad venga seguro, tuyo ya desnudo y el corazón seremos uno. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, dice corazón el fuego de tu piel. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, a ver qué dices tú. El talimán de tu piel me chiva, ando descalza de esquina a esquina, por cada calle cae en tus sueños, que soy el mar de todos tus puertos. El talimán de tu piel me cuenta que tu destino caiga a mi puerta. Cuando una noche de amor desesperados caigamos juntos y enredados, la alfombra y el alrededor acabarán desordenados. Cuando una noche de amor que yo no dudo, la eternidad venga seguro, tuyo ya desnudo y el corazón seremos uno. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, lo dice corazón el fuego de tu piel. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, a ver qué dices tú. Soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, lo dice el corazón del fuego de tu piel. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, a ver qué dices tú. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, el talimán de tu piel lo dice. Yo soy la tierra de tus raíces, dice el corazón el fuego de tu piel. A ver qué dices tú.
Timbero, que timbale, timbero, dale al timbero, que es el talismán de mi sueño.
Phyllis, we are so excited to have you at the Bucks County Cabaret. What made you want to come out to perform?
Well, I wanted to perform at the Bucks County Cabaret because it is a beautiful listening room. And a friend of mine, Steve Heiser, had mentioned this place. And I remember that I had been there a number of years ago with Bob Egan. And I went there recently to see a performance, and I was just blown away. It is so beautiful, and the sound is beautiful, and the way that the lighting is, and the performance that I saw was wonderful. So I was really, really excited when they asked me to perform there. It's really important that local professional performers, musicians, actors, etc., have really great local venues. They don't have to go up to New York or to D.C. So I think that, I think that the Bucks County Cabaret will be one of those venues.
We'd like to thank Phyllis Chapell. Come and see her on August 6th.
Can't wait.
We'll be right back with comedian Chris Rich from Comedy Central, as well as the second half of the Bucks County Cabaret Show.
Hey
Hey, it's Laura Mangone from Food for Thought. Would you like us to talk about your recipes on the air? Send them to laura@chamberswalk.com, and we can talk about them, give you our points of view, maybe even share some improvements. Join us, Food for Thought.
Hi, this is Jack Furlong, and this fall, I'll be hosting The Strike Zone, the first sports talk radio show to grace the airwaves of PANJ Radio. But to make this show a success, we need your help. We are actively seeking sponsors and advertisers for the show. This is a great opportunity for anyone who is looking to plug their business or product, especially because The Strike Zone will also be simulcast on the iTunes Network and TuneIn.com. But here's the best part. How would you like to appear on the show? A limited number of opportunities are available for certain sponsors and advertisers to appear live on the show with me. But don't delay. These spots are filling up quickly, and this offer is only good for this fall. For more information on sponsoring and advertising, including rates and all other pertinent information, contact Rob Bell at 609-460-4550 or email him at rob@panjradio.com. Act now. You don't want to miss this great opportunity and strike out.
Hi, this is Bernie Wagenblast, and hopefully Vinny V is not stuck in traffic right now and will be able to do his show in the green room here on PANJradio.com. You'll find all sorts of interesting things that are going on in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. So tune in to Vinny V and In the Green Room.
Hey, this is Pat Foran and
Zach Romano
here at PANJradio.com. When I have time, I'm hanging out here at the studio
with the Shack Radio Boys.
Hello, I'm Miss Marsha, and my Kids Music Round Center in Cherry Hill offers South Jersey's most popular parent-child program. Come enjoy a free preview class with your child or grandchild, newborn to age 4, and see why we won the Best of Philly Award for our classes and amazing music parties. Visit www.singmarsha.com. That's www.singmarcia.com.
It's all authentic comfort food at Bitter Bob's in New Hope. Bob serves mouth-watering barbecued pork and chicken dishes, signature sloppy sandwiches, homemade cornbread, macaroni and cheese and collard greens, all the great southern dishes you crave for. Bob serves weekend brunch, lunch, and dinner, BYOB, with an outside patio that is dog-friendly, and he has a kids menu. Great desserts, too. And Bob can cater any event, big or small. Tell the waitstaff you heard this commercial and get 10% off. Bitter Bob's in New Hope, PA. Authentic comfort food for your family.
There's nothing as delicious as a freshly baked from scratch cake, cupcake, or cookie, and no one makes them yummier than Pudge Cakes in New Hope, PA. This whimsical bake shop specializes in handmade products created with the freshest quality ingredients. View their many original custom creations at Pudge Cake's website and Facebook pages. Mention this ad on your order of $150 or more and get 10% off. Pudge Cake is located at 45 Main Street. Drop by or give us a call at 215-862-5060.
And welcome back to the second half of the Bucks County Cabaret Show. I'm Tom Orr, and I'm with Rob Bell.
That's me.
And we're telling you about our upcoming shows this month. Next, we have an interview with a good friend of mine, Chris Rich, and I should say Christine Rich. Some people confuse her. I think she's a guy, but it's Christine or Chris Rich. She's an internationally acclaimed comedian, one of my oldest friends. She's a comedy writer, author, keynote speaker. Chris has shared the stage with Jerry Seinfeld, Sherman Hemsley, Roseanne, Tony Danza. She's appeared on national television many times, including Comedy Central, ABC's The View, the Lifetime Television. She's just been asked to appear on Broadway to preview her one-person show about her early life in Philadelphia. And to our great benefit, she's decided to preview it on our stage on August 26th. Chris, how did your amazing career get started?
Oh, my gosh. It's funny how it all started out. And actually, this is how I met Tom Orr as well. We were both in prison. And in the women's section, you had to take courses. They do that. They try to educate you. And Tom got to all the drama courses before I did. The only thing left was stand-up comedy. And all the shiv-making classes were taken. So I was like, fine. So it was really odd. It was just what was open. And I went into it, and me and Tom would share notes later on, after the guards would go by. And really that, maybe because we were so isolated and there was nothing else to focus on, that we got into that area. So, yeah, it was just by chance, just by sheer luck.
Tell Rob how you found out about the Bucks County Cabaret.
Oh, I was so lucky to be invited to the opening night and so upset that I couldn't attend. Tom Orr knows me. You know what a small world it is, the performing world, in the tri-state area. And he sent me an invitation for the opening night, and all I heard was great stuff about it, and I really wanted to go. So I stayed in touch. He said, well, another time you'll come, another time. And then it turned out that I got this wonderful show on Broadway. I was invited to do my one-woman show. And I thought, wow, where could I perform around here? Where could I do a preview? All I had to do was send one Facebook message to Tom Orr. And what a wonderful thing for a performer. He jumped right on it, got right back to me, said, give me some dates. I'll be happy to do it. It's perfect for our venue. And I just can't wait to do it. Everyone raves about the place. It's the intimate, it's the most necessary venue that we can possibly have in this area, in any area. We all need it. We all need to work out our things. One of the most heartbreaking things for me when I heard that venues like this in Philadelphia were all closing. All the little jazz places, all the places where you could work out material like everybody needs to do. No, suddenly they were Gaps. Suddenly they were clothing stores.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's really hard to get an attentive audience. I tried. I would go to the Gap. I would open the curtains up in the girls' room and start working on material. No, it just doesn't work.
No.
And this was such a gift, not only to me, but everybody. And Tom said, yes, you're in. Tell me what you need. So it was just through people like Tom that know how to stay in touch with other performers and support them, which is so rare. And there's nothing better, I'm sure you understand, than having another performer design and run a space. Every comedian knows, all you have to do is say to them, the guy that runs this place, that books it, used to be a comic or is a comic. I'm there. Because they know what the audience wants. They know how to present it. And absolutely, the space is wonderful because Tom knows what to do to make everybody look great and to make the audience have the best possible experience.
Gosh.
It's a complete gift to me to be working there.
High praise.
In fact, I wanted to add, the reason I know Tom, I come from this crazy background for a comedian that I did years of musical comedy. Years and years and years. In fact, I did Oklahoma so many times, I qualified for Farm Aid.
Yeehaw!
Which, believe it or not, has been a big help. And it made me able to afford being a stand-up comic with that coming in. So, yeah, it's great training, great background. And, of course, everyone knows Tom is wonderful. So it's been a real varied avenue that's gotten me into one-person show, stand-up comedy, which are really two different sets of muscles. But thank God I had all that background and knew people like Tom that I could look up to and learn from. Because, you only learn from the people you perform with and the level that they are at. And people like Tom, this area is so full of incredibly talented people that for some reason or other are cheating Broadway. Because maybe unlike some of the people in New York, they have a human soul, they have a conscience, they have a heart, and they're home taking care of family, being married, being committed. You know, nothing against New Yorkers. They're wonderful people. But for different reasons, we're just as good, we're just as strong, but we have different priorities. So we travel back and forth. You know, but I think that kind of thing enriches your performance. If you know how to care about people, if you have a variation in your life outside of where's the next audition, you know, and who's the next homeless person I can knock over to get a new pair of shoes, I think that makes you such a richer performer, you know, and it's a connection with your audience. Where you're not so removed that you're like, I am a performer, and this is all I do. And aren't you lucky to be seeing me? Now I'm doing John Lovitz. But when you are, I'm living in Bucks County. I know what these people are like. You know, I'm in Yardley, but God knows I'm not in the borough. I'm in Hardly Yardley. You know, they make us write that on the address. Isn't that sad? But you know, we're in the slums of Yardley. But I love it. It's great. I'm really South Sesame Place. That's really what I am. I am South Sesame Street. And a big bird comes to my feeders, actually. Can I brag? Yeah. And I throw him out. I say, get out of here, you bum. You got 3 hots in a cot. Leave it for the other birds. But just a great place to live. Wow. You know, and now to have venues like the Bucks County Cabaret, you know, who needs it? This is great. I can grow here. I can do what I want. I can have a perfect audience because everyone knows, Bucks County people, you know, like Philly, these are discerning audiences. I'm sorry, they're just as good as New York City audiences. I will say it. You can arrest me. Better. All right? Better. But they are. They're very, very astute. They will sit there and listen. They know how to show respect. They know what a live audience should be doing, what you need, how rewarding it is. You don't have to convince them to come out. You know, you don't need half-price tickets and free beers. They're there. You know, when I work on, I had such a moment when I was working on my one-person show. I had a 5-minute presentation I was doing at a storytelling venue, and it was the funniest night, I have to tell you. I go there, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to get it down, right? I'm trying to put this one-person show together. Of course, when I go, the lights go out because there's a tornado. There's all windows behind me, and it's completely dark. There's like lightning. Lightning was our lighting, right? And the gentleman in charge said, all right, I'm going to stop the show. There's no power. The restaurant can't serve anymore because it's illegal. There's no refrigeration. What do you people want? What do you want to go home? How gratifying is this? I stood there and I heard the chant starting from the back of the room, and I thought they were going to say, shut it down. No, they were chanting, stories, stories. We want to hear the stories. They wanted to hear me. Nice. I couldn't believe it. So I stood there in the dark, which, believe me, was very flattering. So it was kind of luck. And I told my section, you know, and you could hear a pin drop. But all by way of saying, these are the audiences we have around here, we have in Bucks County, that are so eager for us to share what we're writing, what we're doing. That was such a gratifying night. I didn't know what to expect. I thought, oh, it's raining. They're going to want to go home. I drove all the way out here. Can you imagine hearing that? People pounding the table. I felt like I was back in prison. They had utensils in their hands, pounding the tables. And I was like, do I know you? Are you from... But it was just, that's when I realized how lucky I am. That I moved, that I didn't end up in New York City, but I am in the right spot. I have places like Bucks County Cabaret where I can feel completely free to bring things because people are so eager to listen. Yeah, but we're really blessed around here. We're really blessed.
We are.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for that amazing tribute. I'm blushing right now. We look forward to your show on August 26th. I think everyone out there should get out to this show. This is going to be great. So coming up next, after that, August 12th, Rhonda Liss with Tim Brown on the piano, an amazing singer. After that, Saturday, August 13th, from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Zach Wobensmith, my acting pal. I see him in New York all the time. Friday, August 25th, of course, Chris Rich. Right after that, August 27th, Chaslyn Sweetwood, making her Cabaret debut, accompanied by the one and only Bob Egan on the piano. That is correct. That one is August 27th. The Friday and Saturday after that, September 9th and 10th, we have Sidney Burgoyne, an amazing performer from New York City. His shows are already selling out. After that, a Patsy Cline tribute, September 16th.
I love Patsy Cline.
Oh, and we have a great tribute person here, Susie G. She's from Scotland. It's her first trip to the United States, and you would swear...
She drops the accent?
She has no accent. You'd swear she was from Nashville.
Okay.
So, let's see. After that, the one and only Avi Wisnia, who's our regular guy.
Yeah, we had him in the studio.
Oh, yeah. He's already done 3 shows at our Cabaret, and he's our regular. We want to have him every month if we can. An amazing singer-songwriter, and make the Bucks County Cabaret his home. And we want to, if we could, well, we'll play a little from his album later, but right now we'd like to play a little bit from Molasses Creek. And they are an award-winning band from Garrison Keillor's Prairie Home Companion, and wait till you hear them.
Holy smoke would smell so good. There's someone burning hickory wood. What's that cooking on this coal? Why, it's the pig, Lord bless my soul. We're gonna have some barbecue, boiled taters and Brunswick stew,
slaw that's white, maybe red,
hush puppies and fried cornbread. Holy smoke would smell so good. There's someone burning hickory wood. What's that cooking on the stove? Why, it's a pig, Lord bless my soul. There's sauce made from a recipe known only to the family.
big old glass of sweet iced tea.
Holy smoke, that's heaven to me. Sounds like some kind of Italian food or something. Come on, let's play some barbecue music. Holy smoke, it smells so good. There's someone burning hickory wood. What's that cooking on the stove? Why, it's a pig, Lord bless my soul. Chop your slice, serve it up.
And a pork and a Dixie cup, Eastern style, Lexington cup.
Let's fight, won't there be one? Holy smoke, would smell so good. There's someone burning hickory wood.
All right, Molasses.
That is so hilarious. They're playing like non-instrument instruments.
Yes, we're looking
in
at
the video.
we're looking at the video here. It's
There's sticks and,
it's
a
hysterical.
pot. Yeah.
I can't wait to see these guys, and thanks to Steve Heiser for bringing them aboard. Let's see. Let's play a little clip from Avi Wisnia.
Oh, yeah, he is great.
This is his award-winning song, Rabbit Hole.
Someday this will be funny. We'll look back and laugh how we humped just like bunnies. Now look at the problems we have. Yes, we dug ourselves silly as we made our way through. Well, it looks like I'm stuck in this rabbit hole with you. How did we end up here? I thought we were fine. Turns out you've got some issues and you can't deal with mine. See, I hate the words you feed me. You hate how loud I chew. Well, it looks like I'm stuck in this rabbit hole with you. Bring it on down. I'd throw in my towel, we don't see the same way. But underground dwellings aren't selling well these days. Yes, we dug ourselves silly with mud on each shoe. So it looks like I'm stuck in this rabbit hole with you. In this rabbit hole with you. You know, it's a good thing we're in here. It's starting to pour, and I'll show you my worries if you show me yours. Yes, we're in these close quarters, but somehow we'll make do. Well, it looks like I'm stuck in this rabbit hole with you. So where do you think I'm going? I'll give you one clue. I'm going to bring the rest of my things back to this rabbit hole with you. Yeah.
And we love Avi. Now, before we go, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, I guess. I've been performing in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Atlantic City area for about 40 years. I know I don't sound that old, but I started when I was very young.
You must have. Very young.
I've appeared at just about any theater you could imagine in this area over the years. Bucks County Playhouse, off Broad Street Theater in Hopewell, Walnut Street, all the places you can think of. I don't want to go on and on about myself, but about 10 years ago, I started singing cabaret, just to exercise my singing muscles. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love with it. Started to learn a little bit about the cabaret art form, because it is a separate art form, being up on that stage, connecting one-on-one with a song or a story.
What's different about it?
It's showing more of yourself. When you're on stage, you're playing a character, you have the great words that you're saying, that hopefully the writer has written some great words for you to say. Right. You're up on stage, you're on your own. You just have to make the audience like you. Right. So I've been learning about that. It's an ongoing thing. I started singing with Bob Egan, like I said, at Odette's in 2007. Yep. And since then, I've produced many of my own shows, one at the Off Broad Street Theater called The History of Popular Music in One Easy Lesson According to Tom Moore. That was a very ambitious production. Uh-huh. But then I did a couple shows at our room when it was still Bob Egan's room. And at one of them, I proposed to my wife on stage. So the room has a certain...
Was she expecting that?
No, everybody in the room knew that what was going to happen except for her.
That's very romantic.
It was quite the evening. And so needless to say, the room holds a special meaning to me. And we want to see this become what it truly should be. And that's a room for all the artists of the Bucks County area. Not just the professional ones, but the excellent amateurs and the great musicians, the great comedians. We want them all to come through here, and we're going to make this an entertainment center. So we feature new artists every week. Go to buckscountycabaret.com, see what our latest show is. Go there, order tickets, 609-510-7784. Order them online at our website. Like us on Facebook, Twitter us on Twitter, make instant things, whatever you do on Instagram. But get engaged with the Bucks County Cabaret and tell your friends about it. I'd like to leave with a song that I did with Bob Egan. This is Bob Egan on the piano, accompanied by the wonderful Jimmy Bartow on trumpet. I'm singing Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans, and thank you for stopping by for the Bucks County Cabaret Show, just the first of many. We hope you come back. We're going to make each show an entertainment extravaganza.
Absolutely. This is a great show.
Thanks, Rob.
Nice initial show for you there, Tom.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it, and we're looking forward to doing this every week. We'll see you next week, folks.
Bye-bye.
What it means to miss New Orleans and miss it each night and day. I know I'm not wrong, the feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay away. I miss the moss-covered vines, the tall sugar pines where mockingbirds used to sing. And I'd like to see the lazy Mississippi hurrying into spring. Oh, the Mardi Gras has memories of Creole's tunes that filled the air. I dream of oleanders in June, and soon I'm wishing I were there. You know what it means to miss New Orleans when that's where you left your heart. And there's something more I miss, the one I care for more than I miss New Orleans. And soon I'm wishing I were there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans when that's where you left your heart? And there's something more